Jaguar experience. Here is Jiggy Jaguar.
Holy smokes, we are running behind today. But we are going to go to our first guest here on the old skip Skype here. So we're going to go to our first guest. Hopefully they join us here on Skype here in just a few moments. It's technology. It's against me all the time. I don't know where they are. Let's try this again. Because if they don't pick up, we'll move on to the next one there. I'll try this again. All you can do is laugh. Well, I guess we will go to our first guest. And I think we have our first guest.
Hello.
Lauren, how are you, my friend? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, actually. We have had a hell of a day today here on 990 WBOB. What we do is we schedule people, and oh my God, I've had people jump in front of each other. I've had people not show up. So thank you for doing this. You are a professional. Thank you for being a professional.
No problem. I'm on vacation, so I have my background up rather than being in my studio.
I think that's awesome. I thought that was your studio, so I think that's great. We are going to try to find Samantha Lavelle and get her in here as well, and then we will try to find the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Ortiz, who loves doing this show with us on Sundays, but 90% of the time he just sits there like a deer in headlights. I wish he would talk more, but we are going to go to everybody. If you want to get a hold of us on social media, you can do so at Jiggy Jaguar on the old Twitter machine. And you can also find us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Jiggy Jaguar. And of course, the all-new Jiggy Jaguar app coming very soon. We are very excited about that. That's cost me a lot of money. And we are going to go to Samantha and Chris. And if they don't pick up, we will just do the segment here with Lauren. She is terribly busy. And Lauren Fix, the car coach, the automotive expert. And there's Chris Ortiz. Hello, sir. Uh-oh. I can't hear you. He's got this like $1 billion setup. And sometimes when it works, and sometimes when it doesn't, it doesn't. But Lauren, welcome to the program. How are you, my friend? Oh, did we lose Lauren? Did we lose Skype? No? Lauren's still with us. According to Skype, Lauren is still with us. So hopefully she left. No, she left the room. There she
I
is.
lost you.
There we are. Okay, good. Well, Lauren, tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
I am an automotive expert and analyst. I literally do everything automotive, from racing cars, restoring cars. I review cars. I do analysis for the industry, future trend spotting, aftermarket with helping people repair, maintain, sell, buy their cars. I'm a reporter, a journalist. I've if it's automotive, I've done it, including dealer. I've worked on the dealer side, I've worked on the manufacturer side, and the aftermarket side. So Fitz Cars, we're in it. My husband is as well, and we named our daughter Shelby to give you kind of an idea. We're in pretty deep.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Lauren Fix with us today. She is fantastic. She is the automotive expert. She is the car coach, and she is the example of your name is your destiny. Meet automotive expert Lauren Fix. And
I married the right guy 30-some years ago.
there you go. There you go. And you can get more information at laurenfix.com. So, Lauren, there seems to be this, one of the things that I always talk about is if people had jobs and people had money, they wouldn't be doing all these shenanigans and nonsense and chicanery that's going on out there. But one of the things that is rising during this whole worldwide pandemic is carjackings, or people basically getting robbed of their cars by force of an attacker. They've been increasing. Talk to us a little bit about this.
Well, it started off, it seems to be pretty heavily in Chicago, but now it seems to be spreading across the country. And you think, oh, that's downtown areas, bad areas. It isn't. It's literally nice areas, not so nice areas, anywhere around the country, in small cities and big cities. And when people are out of jobs and people are desperate, they do stupid things. And it's typically happening when you least expect it. We've seen it in the past was you have a rental car, you fill it up before you return it because you don't want to pay the extra gas fee. And that's like a great area to steal a car with someone's luggage in it, right? So
yes,
it's a good for them. It's not their car. They figure out it's all insurance. And so it's that weird mindset of it. If it's not theirs, they don't care. Well, that's been going on for a while. And that's why I always tell people, beware when you fill up for fuel and when you're near an airport, because that happens. Well, now it's sort of spread across the country. So we've seen in broad daylight in the middle of the day in nice neighborhoods, someone will pull up in a Mercedes or a really nice car. Someone will get out of the passenger seat. And while you're pumping gas, they'll go through the passenger side because people leave their keys in the car. They leave, keys in the ignition if that's the case, or they're in the center console, or in your purse or your briefcase or your bag, and they crawl over the center console to the seat and take off. And you're standing there like, what? It's too late. It's too late to react. And cars are gone. So typically they either get taken for joyrides, they get stolen, damaged. It's like anything. If your home is breaking into, you just feel like you've been violated. So not just that, there's always people that fight back. And that could get you injured. I've had a couple friends, actually a friend of mine living in Chicago, she went to get her nails done. She had a journalist car. We get different cars each week to review. Yeah. And she pulled up in a truck. She got out of it. Guy tried to grab the keys out of her hand. She tried to fight them, and she's like 5 feet tall and very small. And he pushed her down to the ground, and another guy dragged her out of the way, and they drove away. They didn't want to kill her. They wanted the vehicle. So sadly, she was very badly hurt. And of course, mentally, it kind of messes with you. So no one wants to deal with that kind of thing. So, what do you do? I think is how I got started with this.
Wow. It is
it's scary.
It is scary out there. We have got Lauren Fix with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. And also, I think he got his like $1 billion microphone there fixed. Chris Ortiz, can you hear us, my friend? Uh-oh. No, I still can't hear you, brother.
He's got the $1 million microphone.
He's got the $1 million microphone, he'll get it fixed. He'll get it fixed. He'll pop in when he can here. So Lauren, your website laurenfix.com. What do you guys cover over there? But you mentioned you do a lot of reviews and a lot of automotive stuff.
Yeah, we do. We cover the carjackings and what you can do. I do a video every Friday that's sort of an opinion piece. I get on my soapbox and vent about what the current thing is. It doesn't necessarily have to be political or because I try to avoid that subject completely. But like things like government regulations and electric cars. I talk about trends. I talk about how to save money, how to have car smarts. But we also on the website have contributors, and we cover English and in Spanish. And
wow.
So we have quite a few noted people that are on the site. So right now we're up to 7 people, that contribute different kinds of content. So sometimes you might see like a Nissan Armada review from myself, or you might see it in Spanish from Javier Mota or Dwayne Pemberton, who's on the West Coast. So we try to mix it up a little bit.
Wow, that's awesome. You can get more information. Lauren Fix is available at laurenfix.com. She is the car coach. And I think I hear Chris Ortiz. Chris, can you hear us, my friend? Maybe. Maybe it's Samantha that I hear. There's Samantha.
Hey,
Holy smokes. Yes. You know what I think is so great is that Lauren's got this really cool background. Samantha's just calling us from just a regular setup. Chris has got the $1 billion setup and can't get anything to row. This is amazing.
No, look, I got the new background though. Look, Jiggy.
Look at that. See, you're doing all sorts of stuff today. Now, Lauren, one of the things that we talk about a lot, especially since we've got the lovely and talented Samantha with us today, and we've been talking about carjackings and all this. What can females do to try to ward some of this off?
Well, it's males too, because, you know, if you see an opportunity and you're a bad guy, you don't care who it is that you're stealing a car from.
Yeah.
And you need to be aware. And I know a lot of times guys think, oh, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to talk to my, my sister, my mother, whatever. No, you have to remember that it can happen to anybody, and it is. Typically what it happens is when you're pumping gas or you finish pumping gas and you're going into the store, to either pay or get some goodies before you head out or whatever it might be. And you tend to not think about what's going on around you. And these people are very crafty. They pull up next to you like they're pulling at the pump across the way. You may not even look. So the key for you is when you're going to pump gas, shut the vehicle off, lock the doors, take the key and put it in your pocket, because the thing is, although you can possibly unlock it because of the remote being in proximity to the vehicle, at least they don't have the key with them. The problem is the fact that they could still come in from the passenger side. So what can you do? Shut the car off, put the key in your pocket, look around, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes up. What do we mostly do? We put on our earpieces, we listen to music, you might talk to someone, you ignore everything, just like, come on, I want to get going. So you really need to start looking around. Notice what's not just beside you, in front of you, but on the other side of the pump. Maybe even look behind you and go, what's going on? Because you may not see someone coming up from behind you. And that's exactly what they do, is they'll unplug the pump. They don't care if they dump fuel. They jump in the car and take off. And this is a real problem, because once it's gone, it's gone. But there are other times where they'll also take everything you own with them or potentially hurt you, which we don't want to happen. So paying attention is good. If you're in doubt, there are some places that still pump fuel in New Jersey and in the state of Oregon, but everywhere else you're kind of on your own. So you have to really pay attention both during the day and at night.
Lauren Fix with us today. She's the car coach. She's a nationally recognized automotive expert. She's a sector analyst. She's a journalist. She's an author. She's a keynote speaker, and she is damn good with technology as well. So, Samantha, do you have any questions for Lauren while we've got her here?
Oh, well, I know I missed some of it, but what got you into, creating, becoming the car coach?
Well, I've been in automotive my whole life. My father worked for the big three automakers. I was born in Detroit, so I guess I didn't have much choice.
Right.
But, it's funny, when you start learning about it as a kid, you don't think of it as being unusual. And my father never told me, you can't do this because you're a girl, and I always was interested. So he'd be like replacing brakes or bleeding them or doing engine work. And we had 4 cars and a boat, all of which everything always needed service. So I would go out and help. I wasn't into dolls. I was into, cars. And so by the time I was 16, I raced cars, started racing. My father wasn't even into racing. It was just one of those things a friend said, you want to come to the track? I'm like, sure. Who knows what path you end up on? You graduate high school and you do whatever happens in your life and you think, I'm going this way, but then you find yourself not even there. I mean, you never expect where you are today. So it's kind of a great opportunity, but the people that I've met along the way have been really fabulous. A lot of people give me great ideas. I got the opportunity to be on Oprah Winfrey's network as her automotive expert, and that was in the 90s, early 90s, and I thought, that's not going to go anywhere. And, I didn't get a show like Rachel Ray, and I didn't get a show, like Dr. Phil, which would have been nice. But what I did get is a lot of credibility and learned a lot and met a lot of great people. And I think that's part of it. One thing about the auto industry that's different from other industries is people are always like, "You're awesome, Samantha. How can I help you?" And they really mean it. I mean, they were like, "What can I do?" And you should be doing this. Let me show you. Let me introduce you.
Mhm.
You don't typically get that in a lot of other industries because I also work in the entertainment side of the media, with the news and all. There's not that kind of help. You're not getting that kind of connection. Lots of promises, as you probably know. Not
Mhm.
necessarily a lot of people coming through with it, but that sort of opened up doors for me to see. And as I started reviewing cars, oh God, about 30 years ago, and I was the president of North American Car, Truck, and Utility Vehicle of the Year, 2 years. I elevated that brand with my marketing experience to a whole new level. We're now one of the top 3 awards, and the TV hits have been like since the mid '80s all the way to now. I've literally been international, do TV, radio. I've TV shows. I've like you think up, this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Something else was opened up. So even with COVID, found a way to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's Lauren Fix. She's with us today here on our big program. And Lauren, I know that you are on vacation currently, so I'm going to let you get back to your vacation. And thanks for doing this today, my friend.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, check out my newsletter. Everything is at Car Coach Reports. Even on the YouTube channel, you can see what I'm up to, and I'm always putting up some cool stuff daily.